The message that changed everything ****. Adrian Moss had survived meteor storms, engine meltdowns, and a training instructor who believed sleep was a weakness. None of that prepared him for the glowing message hovering above his wrist. The translator app blinked softly, innocent and bright. Adrian stared at it in horror. "Come to my room immediately." His stomach dropped. "No," he whispered. "No, no, no." He read it again, hoping the universe would correct itself. It did not. On a Veric ship, that sentence was not casual. It was formal. Personal. In some cultures, it was practically a declaration. He had meant to message Malik, the navigation tech. A simple request. "Come help me with diagnostics." Instead, the translator had decided to rewrite his life. Adrian raised his wrist, frantically tapping commands. The app refused to respond. "I will delete you," he muttered. "I will burn you out of existence." The door chime sounded. Adrian froze. The sound echoed through his small cabin like the universe laughing at him. Before he could shout "wrong room" or fake a medical emergency, the door slid open. She stepped inside. Commander Vera Sale-Kerin. Ice-pale skin. Long, elegant ears angled back in restrained alertness. Silver-blue eyes that missed nothing. She moved without sound, crossing the room like a controlled storm. Adrian stood there, stiff as a malfunctioning android. "I received your summons," Vera said calmly. "I assume you wish to begin negotiations." Adrian opened his mouth. Nothing useful came out. It was a sound somewhere between a cough and a dying engine. "And negotiations?" he croaked. "No. I mean, yes, wait, no, mostly no." His brain melted. "That message wasn't meant for you," he rushed. "My translator app went rogue. Completely feral. I'm considering deleting it with fire." Vera studied him in silence. Her eyes narrowed slightly. "You invited me to your private quarters," she said. "In my culture, that is not an error one makes lightly." "Oh, trust me," Adrian said quickly. "I make errors with professional dedication." Silence settled between them. Not hostile. Not warm. Something heavier, like gravity shifting. The ship drifted through cosmic dust outside the window, starlight painting the room in dim blue hues. Vera looked around, eyes catching on scattered tools, half-finished diagnostics, and a flickering holographic display. "You have been avoiding me," she said. Adrian nearly broke his neck turning. "Avoiding you? No. I've been strategically relocating myself." "That is not better." He buried his face in his hands. "Look, Commander. Every time I talk to you, you stare at me like you're scanning for weaknesses." "I am," she said plainly. He looked up. She almost smiled. "Almost. I only wish to understand your reluctance," Vera continued. "After you discovered my classification." Her exile. Her hidden noble status. Adrian swallowed. "I didn't want to make things awkward." "You failed." "Yes," he sighed. "That happens a lot." Another pause, this one warmer, charged. Vera stepped closer, her presence controlled but intense. "There is another reason I came," she said quietly. "Your message invoked a formal right. Once requested, it cannot be dismissed." "Oh no," Adrian whispered. "Oh yes." She met his gaze. "You will explain your true intention. Then we proceed accordingly." "Proceed." Adrian's throat went dry. "Well," he said weakly, "I can help with the encrypted ship files." Her eyes sharpened. "That was not an accident." "That part." "No. Then our negotiation begins." She moved to his console, fingers gliding across the holographic controls. "And if your message had carried the other meaning," Vera added calmly, "I would have been obligated to respond in kind." Adrian stopped breathing. "Respond, how?" She glanced over her shoulder. "Intimately." Time froze. Then she added, deadpan, "Fortunately for you, we are pursuing the first option." Adrian exhaled so hard he nearly collapsed. As stardust drifted past the window, Vera allowed herself the faintest smile. They worked side by side, decoding layers of restricted data. The files were old, dangerous, marked with Veric wartime encryption. These coordinates, Vera murmured, belong to territory my family once ruled. Adrian frowned. And someone aboard this ship accessed them. Yes. That meant a traitor. As they worked, the ship shuddered. Tools clattered. Adrian jumped. Vera did not blink. Do you ever get startled? He asked. No. Fear is inefficient. So is my cooking. Doesn't stop it. She made a sound, almost a laugh. Then the console flashed red. Unauthorized access detected. Someone else was decrypting the same files. Right now. Adrian whispered. Yes. Well, he said, forcing a smile, that's terrible. We must move, Vera said. They followed the signal through dim maintenance corridors. Vera moved like a shadow. Adrian wheezed behind her. Could you slow down? No. Fantastic. I'll just die quietly. She stopped suddenly. Adrian crashed into her. You must improve your spatial awareness, she said. You stopped in the middle of nowhere. I heard something. A cleaning bot popped out, beeping angrily. Adrian sagged in relief. Oh, thank the stars. The bot beeped louder. It says we are blocking its access, Vera translated. Of course it does. They reached the archive chamber. The encryption was deeper here. High-level clearance, Adrian muttered. Someone important. Then the trace completed. The signal's coming from above us, Adrian said. Archive room C. Vera turned sharply. Then we intercept. Intercept as in, chase the competent traitor. Yes. She paused. I will protect you. Adrian blinked. That actually helps. They found him near the escape tubes. Lieutenant Dalian. He panicked. Fired. Missed. Vera disarmed him in seconds. The data fragment flickered on his wrist. The fragment is incomplete, Vera said quietly. But it confirms something. Adrian leaned closer. My brother is alive. Hope and danger collided in her voice. Then we'll find him, Adrian said. Together. She didn't disagree. When they returned to the archive, the chamber was damaged. Scorched walls. Purged data. But not all of it. They worked fast. Alarms sounded. The doors slammed shut. They were trapped. We must finish now, Vera said. Adrian typed like his life depended on it, because it did. As the final encryption broke open, the coordinates shimmered. They had it. Then the door burst open. A tall Veric woman stepped inside. Pale hair. Noble bearing. My cousin, Vera said coldly. Family. Again. The confrontation was fast. Brutal. Personal. Adrian contributed by exploding a weapon accidentally. It helped. In the end, Vera stood victorious. The coordinates remained. Her brother's location revealed. As silence fell, she turned to Adrian, not as a human engineer, not as a mistake, but as an equal. Our negotiation, she said softly, is not finished. Adrian smiled. Then I guess this is just the beginning. Beyond the stars, a truth waited. And neither of them would face it alone. The silence after the portal closed was louder than any alarm. Amina Carter stood alone in her apartment, the faint smell of ozone still clinging to the air. The glowing circle that had torn reality open minutes ago was gone. No sparks, no hum, no lingering light. Just a scorched outline on her bedroom wall and a truth she could no longer ignore. She was no longer alone in the universe. Amina exhaled slowly, her heart still racing. Years of working as a quantum systems engineer had taught her one thing. Panic solved nothing. But logic didn't explain why a 7-foot-tall alien woman with silver-blue skin, glowing eyes, and ceremonial armor had stepped through a portal and bowed to her. You are the one who activated the order gate, the alien had said, her voice layered with strange harmonics. By our laws, that makes you the chosen liaison of Earth. Then the portal collapsed. Amina ran a hand through her curls and laughed, short, breathless, almost hysterical. Yeah, she muttered. That tracks. A signal the world couldn't ignore. Across the planet, observatories and military satellites detected the same anomaly at the same moment. A spike in exotic radiation. A localized space-time rupture. And then, something far worse. A signal. It wasn't a language at first. It was mathematics. Prime numbers, fractal sequences, constants that no human civilization should have recognized unless the sender knew humanity intimately. Within hours, the world knew. By morning, Amina's apartment was surrounded by unmarked vehicles. She watched them from her window, jaw tight. So, she whispered, first contact, and it happens in my bedroom. A knock echoed through the apartment, firm, controlled, inevitable. Dr. Carter, a voice called. This is the United Nations Science Council. Please open the door. Amina squared her shoulders. Guess it's time, she said. The truth about the portal order. 48 hours later, Amina sat beneath a ceiling of glass and steel, facing the most powerful people on Earth. Generals. Scientists. Politicians. And fear, raw, barely hidden fear. She didn't blame them. The device you activated, Amina said calmly, projecting the holographic equations above the table, was never meant to be finished by humans. It's part of a galactic failsafe system, left behind on developing worlds to test something very specific. A general leaned forward. Test what? Amina met his gaze. Judgment. Murmurs rippled through the room. The order gate only activates when a species reaches a technological threshold without destroying itself, she continued. It's not about intelligence. It's about restraint, cooperation, survival instincts that extend beyond tribalism. And we passed? Someone asked. Amina nodded once. Barely. The room went quiet. The alien who returned. That night, the portal reopened. This time, it didn't rip the air apart. It unfolded, like a door opened by someone who knew exactly how fragile the room was. She stepped through again. The alien woman, tall, regal, unmistakably powerful, lowered her hood. My name is Varelthara, she said. I am High Sentinel of the Concord of Stars. Every camera in the room recorded history. Varelthara's glowing eyes settled on Amina. And you, Amina Carter, are now known among my people as the voice of a new flame. Amina swallowed. No pressure, right? For the first time, the alien smiled. A warning from the stars. Varelthara did not come with greetings. She came with a warning. There is a reason humanity was tested, she said, her voice echoing through the chamber. Because your species has been noticed. By who? Amina asked. Varelthara's expression darkened. The Devourers. The word seemed to chill the air. They are an ancient civilization that consumes emerging worlds, Varelthara explained. Not for resources, but to prevent rivals. They erase potential before it matures. A general slammed his hand on the table. Are you saying they're coming here? Varelthara nodded. They already know Earth's location. The room erupted. Amina raised her hand. When? Varelthara turned to her. Soon. Why humanity was chosen. Later, alone in a secure chamber, Amina confronted Varelthara. You could have ignored us, Amina said. Let the Devourers wipe us out like the others. Why didn't you? Varelthara studied her carefully. Because humans are different. Amina arched an eyebrow. That's usually not a compliment. Varelthara's eyes glowed brighter. Your species adapts faster under pressure than any we have recorded. You innovate in chaos. You form bonds across differences when extinction looms. She paused. And you fight hardest when protecting those you love. Amina felt something tighten in her chest. So this is a test. No, Varelthara said softly. This is an invitation. The first human decision. The Devourers would arrive in less than 6 months. Earth's weapons were insufficient. Its fleets non-existent. But humanity had something the Concord feared and respected. Unpredictability. Amina stood before the world once more, Her words broadcast to every screen on Earth. "We are not alone," she said. "And we are not helpless." She explained the technology Varelthara had shared, not weapons, but frameworks. Systems humanity could improve, twist, evolve. "This isn't about joining a galactic war," Amina continued. "It's about deciding who we are when the universe is watching." She took a breath. "Do we hide? Or do we answer?" Humanity answers. The response was immediate. Engineers worked without sleep. Nations shared secrets they'd hoarded for decades. Old enemies collaborated because extinction made pride irrelevant. Within weeks, humanity's first true starship began construction. Not sleek or elegant, but brutally functional. The Concord watched in disbelief. Varelthara watched in awe. "They shouldn't be progressing this fast," one alien observer whispered. Varelthara didn't look away from the screen showing Amina overseeing the project. "That," she said quietly, "is why the Devourers are afraid of them." The calm before the storm. One night, standing beneath unfamiliar stars aboard the first orbital platform, Amina joined Varelthara at the viewport. "You ever regret answering the portal?" Varelthara asked. Amina thought of her quiet life. Her small apartment. The world that no longer existed. "Sometimes," she admitted. Then she smiled. "But if the universe thinks humanity isn't ready?" Her eyes hardened. "It's about to learn how wrong it is." Far beyond the edge of known space, something ancient turned its gaze toward Earth. And for the first time in millennia, it hesitated.